Sudden gains or losses, sudden success or winnings can be very dangerous. Neurologically, chemicals are released in the brain that give a powerful jolt of arousal and energy, leading to the desire to repeat this experience. It can be the start of any kind of addiction and manic behavior. Also, when gains come quickly, we tend to lose sight of the basic wisdom that true success, to really last, must come through hard work. We acquire feelings of grandiosity. We become especially resistant to anyone who tries to swarm us. They don't understand, we tell ourselves. Because this cannot be sustained, we experience an inevitable fall, which is all the more painful, leading to the depression part of the cycle. Although gamblers are the most prone to this, it equally applies to the business people during bubbles and to people who gain sudden attention from the public. Unexpected losses and a string of losses equally create irrational reactions. The solution here is simple. Whenever you experience an unusual gains or losses, that is precisely the time to step back and counterbalance them with some necessary pessimism or optimism. Be extra wary of sudden success and attention. They are not built on anything that lasts, and they have an addictive pull, and the pull is always painful. Rising pressure. The people around you generally appear sane and in control of their lives, but put any of them in stressful circumstances. With the pressure rising, and you will see a different reality. The cool mask of self-control comes off. They suddenly lash out in anger, reveal a paranoid streak, and become hypersensitive and often petty. Under stress or any threat, the most primitive parts of the brain are aroused and engaged, overwhelming people's reasoning powers. In fact, stress or tension can reveal flaws in people that they have carefully concealed from you. It is often wise to observe people in such moments, precisely as a way to judge their true character. Whenever you notice rising pressure and stress levels in your life, you must watch yourself carefully, monitor any signs of unusual brittleness or sensitivity, sudden suspicions, fears disproportionate to the circumstances. Observe within as much detachment as possible, finding time and space to be alone. You need the perspective. Never imagine that you are someone who can withstand rising stress without emotional language. It is not possible, but through self-awareness and reflection, you can prevent you from taking decisions you will come to regret. Being in a group does not stimulate independent reasoning, but rather the intense desire to belong. It is often best to avoid a group setting if possible, in order to maintain your reasoning powers, or to enter such moments with the maximum skepticism. Demagogues in politics or media try to stir a continuous sense of panic, urgency, and outrage. They must keep the emotional levels high. Your defense is simple. Consider your reasoning powers, your ability to think for yourself, the most precious in a position. Present any kind of intrusion upon your independent mind by others. When you feel you are in the presence of demagogue, become doubly wary and analytical. The irrational simply changes its look and its fashion. Rationality is something to be acquired by individuals. First and foremost, it is an existence due to history, and in all cultures of people of high rationality, the types who have made the progress possible. Warren Buffett, too, but never a few. All of these types share certain qualities: a realistic appraisal of themselves and their weaknesses, a devotion to truth and reality, a tolerant attitude toward people, and the ability to reach goals that they have set. The second factor is that almost all of us at some point in our lives that have experienced moments of a greater rationality. This often comes within what we shall call the maker's mindset. We have a project to get done, perhaps with a deadline. The only emotion we can afford is excitement and energy. Other emotions simply make it impossible to concentrate. Because we have to get results, we become exceptionally practical. We focus on the work, our mind calm, our ego not intruding. These moments, as fleeting as few weeks and hours, reveal a rational self that is waiting to come out. It just requires some awareness and some practice. Know yourself totally. The emotional self rests on ignorance. The moment you're aware of how it operates and it dominates you is the moment it loses its hold on you and can be tamed. Therefore, your first step toward the rational is always inward. You want to catch the emotional self in action. For this purpose, you must reflect on how you operate under stress. What particular weaknesses come out in such moments? The desire to please, to bully, or control. Deep levels of mistrust. Look at your decisions, especially those that have been ineffective. Can you see a pattern? An underlying insecurity that impacts them? Examine your strengths and what makes you different from other people. 괜찮아요? 작가씨, 괜찮아요? 어? 또 질투하시는 거예요? 괜찮으세요? 아니 왜 그러시는 거예요?